Good morning, ambitious moms. Happy Saturday. It is beautiful here, like blue skies, no cloud to be seen. So nice. So it was we were up really early with our little one, but today is day 2 of how to be an intentional mompreneur, and this training today is all centered around accountability. So I'm just gonna wait a minute here and then hopefully I can see the comments. They showed up yesterday on my phone because I was getting too distracted on my computer by watching the video. So, hi Mom. I was like rushing to get myself water. Good morning. It's so nice here right now. So nice. Plus I might have a fruit snack here. I don't know about you guys, but fruit snacks are the bomb. Mom life. So we're going to just dive right into it. I'm going to give a little bit of a recap. Yesterday, we talked about intentionality and how having a goal, a game, being in that mindset of priorities and knowing what you want, it's extremely important to achieving your goals and being intentional. You need to know what you're doing and you need to have this plan and this goal on how to get there and how to achieve this. And I'm going to talk about a little bit more on giving yourself a timeline for those things. And, it just kind of lights a fire under your butt sometimes if you put a timeline and you say, no, I'm going to get this done in a week. I'm going to get this done in a year. I'm going to get this done in 6 months. You know how much intention you're going to put behind that and how badly you're going to want to reach that goal. Because I know that if I say I'm going to get something done in a week, I damn sure have that done in a week. Usually I have it done before. And so when I have a major goal where my first idea is like, oh, maybe I should do a year. Nope, I'm going to cut that in half and I'm going to get this done in 6 months. I am super ambitious. And, as I was talking before, my wonderful mother, Gina Bell, calls me ambitiously impatient. It's perfect. So today we're going to talk about accountability and how showing up for your customers, for your clients, and even for yourself is extremely important in building a thriving business and also with having a balanced family life. So everything that you do in life, you need to be accountable for. Now, this is in regards to the good, the bad, the ugly. You have to be accountable for your actions, accountable for the words you speak, and accountable for the steps you take in regards to achieving these things or not achieving these things. And so I want to ask you guys the question, what does accountability mean to you? What does it mean to be accountable? I want to know. So I'm going to wait a moment because my mom's on here, so I know that she'll answer. And if anybody catches the replay, #replay and let me know, because I want to know what accountability means to you. We're all different human beings and we're unique. So sometimes we all have different ideals, different thinking. And hopefully my comments are showing up. Well, nothing's coming up, so I will keep going. So, like I said, I want to know what accountability means to you. As I already mentioned, accountability to me is showing up and being responsible for my actions. That's all my actions in regards to the words I speak, taking care of my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health. I'm accountable for that. Nobody else is accountable for that. Nobody is accountable for my success. I am accountable for my success. And, when I have clients, I strive to be accountable for them so that I can be there and talk with them, mentor with them, and just listen to them if they need, that extra ear. Because I want them to know that they have this safe place to come back to talk to, that's grounded and that'll be there for them. And so, but I'm accountable to that. So I'm accountable that if a client messages me, I honor that and I will message them back Sometimes it's not just right away, but I always do. And I honor that because I'm accountable to them. And so I'm accountable for my actions. And I'm accountable for my mental health. So if I'm reaching burnout or if I'm reaching overwhelm, which can launch you into burnout, I'm accountable for that. Nobody else pushed me. I'm the one who continuously said yes. I'm the one who didn't know how to say no. I'm the one who didn't put up boundaries. I cannot blame that on anybody else but myself. And this is why it's extremely important to be accountable, to set up your boundaries, to set up what you value, to know yourself. Because people talk about the 5 people that you hang out with the most. You kind of start to embody. You take on these different qualities that they have, and you start to become similar to them. Now, still yourself, but you take on these qualities. And so I knew, because this is true fact, that I wanted to surround myself with women who were empowering, women that believed in, their dreams, believed in other women and their dreams, and that just, worked their damn butts off, but also honored themselves mentally, physically, spiritually, that I knew that I needed to surround myself with women like this. And this is exactly what I'm doing. And my life is changing. I have a daily practice of self-development now. I have taken my mental health and I have helped, and I've literally put that. I had to put all this stuff literally right in my face. Almost had to smack myself with it and wake myself up and take care of myself, because I want women to know that you have to be accountable for you. You're inside your body. Your heart is beating. Now, this heart does not belong to Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street. This heart belongs to you. So are you accountable for it? Are you accountable for how you feel? Are you accountable for what you allow in, what goes out? You are accountable for that. Actually, I love this. I want you guys to picture this bubble around you. And I want to know what color is your bubble. Mine is like this soft pink glitter bubble, and like nobody can penetrate through this unless I allow them to. And now imagine you keep saying yes to something and you're just like, oh, I know I don't want to do it. I know I don't want to do it. Well, then all of a sudden that's a pinprick. And your energy starts to leak out. This bubble is like this form of your energy inside. And you're accountable for that. You're accountable for what comes in, for what goes out. And you need to be accountable for that. It's a whole other training that we would talk about. Mindy, actually, if that's something you guys want to look back in, she came live into this community and talked about the power of saying no. Huge, you guys. For your energy, for your time, for who you are as a person, there are some things that you're going to have to say no to. And I'm sure that everybody on here probably is thinking like, yep, I can think of something right now that I should have said no to. And I've been learning to do that. And I highly recommend you do, because you're accountable for how you feel. And if you keep spinning your wheels and you're on this hamster wheel and it never freaking stops, your choice, okay? You're accountable for your choices. We talk about this with our kids too, because this is ambitious moms balancing business and babies. We put the accountability back on our children for the choices that they make. We talk to them about how they respond, how they react to something, the words that they say, that those are all choices that they make, and they can choose a different way. So if they are lying, that was a choice. Nobody forced that choice upon them. They chose to do so. It's just like us as adults. I was talking yesterday about excuses. You made the choice to make an excuse. You didn't have to. You just did. Now that's a choice. You can stop making excuses by choosing to stop making excuses, just like how you can choose to be accountable. There was a time in my life where I wasn't showing up. I would tell people that I'd be there at 10, and it'd be like 10:15, 10:30, and people would be wondering where I was, and I was always late. And I literally got the nickname Dory because I was forgetful and that I was not remembering things. Now, I love Finding Nemo and I love Dory. And at first I just kind of brushed it off, but then it really kind of hit home where I was like, no, I really am forgetting everything. Like, I'm not writing it down. I just thought that I could just remember it all. And I was letting people down, and to the point where people stopped asking me to come to things because I wasn't remembering them, and I wasn't making it a priority, and I wasn't being accountable when I said something. And I'm being really honest with you guys here because this is something that I did. And this is not something that I'm extremely proud of that I did. But literally at one point in my life, I didn't think that this was a problem. And it is a problem. If I expect someone to show up for me, I got to show up for them. I can't expect something of somebody else if I'm not going to do it. I cannot, if I'm not going to show up and I expect somebody else to show up, do you know how ass backwards that is? No, that's not fair. That's not, you need to be accountable for your actions. And then if you're wondering why other people are doing the same actions as you, maybe you need to take a little bit of a look in the mirror. Because I sure as hell did. And I needed to really sit and think about, okay, I need to have a calendar now. I need to start saying no to some things. I need to prioritize shit in my life because this is important, this isn't, and I was missing out on the things that were extremely important to me. This was including family stuff, you guys. And I value family. This is like the top of my freaking value system. So I had to do some real thinking here, but nobody else was accountable for that. I was. The only person who could change it was me. And so you guys, you were accountable. You need to be accountable for you. If you are in a business, are you expecting your customers to be accountable and to, go back and check in with you? No. Maybe that odd person will come in and message you and say they want something. A lot of the times it's important that you follow up, that you see how they're doing, but actually create a relationship, not just try to get a sale. Anytime that I am with a client, I send one message, and if somebody is not interested, I give them the opportunity to say yes, because I only want to work with people who are going to say yes. I want to work with people who know that they deserve the yeses, and that yes, it might be scary, but they deserve this abundant life. I'm not going to push that. I'm not going to say this, but it is super important that you make connections, actual real connections with people. We are people first, people first. And women, I know I am, we are emotional buyers. We only usually buy from people that we either that we somehow resonate with. We feel we're able to use the both sides of our brain simultaneously, which is also a fact. And we are emotional buyers. So if you can actually make connections with people, do you know how much growth you can have? And if you're intentional about it, not just seeking for another sale. In my business, I knew that my business was going to take some time, but I also have some major goals. And then when I started actually making genuine friendships and actually connecting with people and becoming friends with them, oh man, whole other level. Just surrounding myself with women that actually are super empowering and just beautiful people, beautiful people. So, like I was saying, going back to how I wasn't being accountable for my actions and I wasn't showing up, I have a calendar now. And I actually have it right beside me. How convenient, because I don't ever go anywhere without this thing now. I have a purse that's the size of a duffel bag, because I know that I need to bring these things with me so that when someone says, hey, can you do this on this date? I don't just say yes anymore, because I want to make sure that I know. You guys, everything is marked on my calendars about what I'm doing, what days, what's happening, and literally. And I know what my days consist of. And so if I have meetings set up, or I have daycare kids, or I have eye appointments, they're all on here so I don't forget. Or if I know that I have to move something around, I can be oh crap, I need to call this person, and I know who it is, and I'm accountable. Accountability. And so, this topic is just a fiery topic. Now, I have another question for you. If you're expecting someone to show up, or you're expecting just to have this immediate success in your business, but you're not being accountable, but you're not showing up, you're not being consistent, you're not being intentional, do you really believe that other people are going to stand behind that? Because I know the people that I support in business and the women that I'm surrounded, they're intentional. They have a goal. They know who they want to serve. They know where their end game is. They continue to dream every day. They're grateful. There's just a lot of things that come down to being accountable. And at the end of the day, you need to be extremely accountable for your actions and the choices you make, the good, the bad, the ugly, and accountable for your life, because nobody else can be accountable for your life, only you. It's very true. Only you can be accountable for your life. And actually, I was talking to someone, and I had talked to them about what they thought accountability meant. And, they were talking about how being accountable, of practicing what you preach. And I love that, because that just literally was hit the nail right on the spot. You do need to be accountable for your teachings, because if I'm coming on here and I'm talking about accountability, I got to make sure that I show up. So if I'm on here and I make an event for 10 and I say, for example, I didn't show up until 11, that's not me being accountable. And that's not me building know, and trust with my audience. That's me really flopping it. Yes, life happens, and yes, I'm totally a person who understands that, but it is so important that you are accountable for what you want in your life and how you're going to get it. And I've had to do that, because nobody's in charge of coming on here and talking to you guys besides me. Nobody tells me what I'm going to do for my trainings. I create these trainings. I created this community. I'm accountable for it, and I'm accountable for my success. And so, I'm trying to look through here. Oh, and then I'm going to talk about one other big thing, which we've been kind of touching on already, is in regards to, if you're being accountable, who are you? Who are you embodying? Actually, what I wrote down here is, who the F are you? If we're being really clear. And how in here I wrote, who the F are you? Document now, and you're fighting for your future. You're being accountable for what's going on in your life now. And that was a big conversation I was having with someone too, is that don't forget to be grateful for what you have now. It is amazing to dream, and I encourage everybody to dream, but also be grateful for what you have. I did this one money exercise where I wrote down everything that money was able to buy. And oh my goodness, I blew my own damn mind. I went through my house and I was like, holy crap, my pots and pans, my spoons, my pictures on my walls, my curtains, my windows, my house, my roof, all these things I became grateful for. And it is so important to know and be present in the moment, be grateful for what you have now. My daughter reminds me to do that in the mornings, and I'm grateful for just those little smiles, the little hands on my cheek, the giggles, even when she falls and she needs mom, I'm grateful for those things now. And so it's important that in your life, you open yourself up to gratitude now, because the more grateful you are now, imagine how much more grateful you'll become as you start, accomplishing these goals and checking them off your list, and, doing these vision boards, and just literally getting everything you want in life. Being grateful for what you have now is so, so important, because gratitude isn't something that you just one day wake up, you're oh, I'm grateful. No, it's important that you write those things down and what you're grateful for now. And you need to look at what's possible for your life and be honest in the stage that you are now. We touched on that yesterday, actually, about being honest with who you are now, who you are as a person, where you are in life. And I think it's very important that you do a little bit of a reflection on that. You journal about it. You honor where you are now, so that you can celebrate those things that you celebrate now, so that you continue to celebrate. And you can look back and see how much work that you went through and how much time that you put into yourself and your success and your future, because you were accountable for you and you were accountable for your actions. And as a mother, we are accountable to teach our children, how to be these amazing, abundant, caring individuals. That's one thing I say to my kids, is I say, I hold you accountable for your choices, because when you're an adult, I want to be able to hang out with you. I want to know that when I'm sitting with you, that you are one kick-ass human being, and that I can laugh with you, that I know that you're accountable, that I know that you're trustworthy, that you're responsible, and that and I talk to them about this because I'm teaching this to them. They ask me about my business, and they ask me why I go on and do these videos, and they know, and they want to be a part of it. Because I make them a part of it, because I tell them what I talk about, and I show them these different things that I'm working through, and my kids look through my notebook sometimes because they're curious. And so I know that to be this intentional mompreneur, I know I need to be accountable. And by me being accountable and me showing up for myself and me being grateful and taking care of my mind, body, and soul, I am also teaching my children to do the same, because they see so much more than we think they do. They pay attention to so many different things. And my husband actually, because I say to my stepdaughter, you are beautiful, you are kind, you are caring, you are intelligent, you are unique. And I tell her these words. And my husband looked at me one day and he said, I hope you're telling yourself these words. He's like, because what you do for her is absolutely incredible and beautiful, that I hope you're doing it for you. And I love it. Yeah, they sure do. Yeah, they do. And so, it's just important to show up in the best version that you want for yourself, because even when your kids are older, they're going to take some and they're going to leave the rest. They really are. Like, there's certain things from my parents that I took and that I implement, and there's definitely some things that I don't. And that's not because they weren't doing anything wrong. It's just a choice that I didn't want to implement with my kids, and that's okay, because I am allowed to have that choice, just as they did when they parented me. So it's important that when you are going through all these things, like I talk about the business side, but really when you're being an intentional, accountable, and consistent mompreneur, remember who's watching you, because they are watching you, and this is setting them up for success. I was talking to my mom, I was talking to my stepmom, and I was talking to my mother-in-law all about, what I was doing. And my stepmom actually put it really well, where she said, you are showing your children and teaching them what is possible when you simply believe in yourself. When you believe in a dream and you push despite any limiting beliefs, despite what anybody else thinks of you, despite investments and all these different things, that you took this leap, that you chose to believe in the words that you have, and you chose to believe in the actions you took and the places you're going to go, and you believe in them, and you're teaching them that just by believing in something, it can happen. And it can, you guys. And this starts with belief. And I talked to my coach about this yesterday. This actually makes me so emotional. We talked about belief and how one thing can change if you just believe. That if you have so much belief sitting behind you, and you just say that you can do it, you can do it. And by just, saying, I'm going to be accountable for my actions, you can be accountable. Believe in yourself. You are every single mom that is in this community, and every other mother that's in the world, is deserving of an abundant life. And you can have this abundant life, but this starts with you, and this starts with your belief in yourself. Nobody else can give this to you, okay? You give it to yourself. Your mindset is the biggest tool that you have, and you need to start talking to yourself with love, with kindness, and really believing that you can be accountable, that you can show up, that you can do the damn thing, because you can do the damn thing. Stop believing in everybody else's doubts and everybody else's disbeliefs and how they think you're going to fail. Who cares, man? The best thing to do is to try. Why don't you want to try? And failure is not a bad thing. Failure is the greatest teacher. Failure and death are two great teachers, actually. Death can scare the shit out of you and make you really look at the things that you appreciate and value. If somebody's close to getting hurt, do you care about the argument that you have? Not a freaking chance. So it's important that you live your life to the fullest, and that you're accountable, and that you're accountable for your actions now, later, and that you enjoy your life. I am going to end this video here because I feel like it's off on a really good note, and because tomorrow we're going to talk about consistency. But please believe in yourself. You have everything. All the power is within you. And I support you, and I want to give you permission to go after those dreams, to crush them, to be yourself, and to just live a freaking abundant life, because you are deserving of abundant life. And I give you permission to say these things to yourself, to provide this for yourself. What'd you say? Here's how I love to share about the power of belief. Belief is the bridge between a dream and a dream come true. Oh, yes. Okay, that's good. I was actually talking to my husband earlier about how this training would have a mic drop moment. That was it. That was it. So, guys, I hope everybody has the most amazing Saturday. I will be on tomorrow. I believe tomorrow's training is going to be at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I will make sure that that is clarified in the events, and if anything changes, you will be more than aware of it for tomorrow. And please, if you're catching the replay, let me know what you think about this training. Let me know about accountability and how it makes you feel, and let's talk about this. So have the most amazing Saturday. I'm going to clean up the house. We have our Friendsgiving today, so we have a bunch of people coming over to celebrate a little bit of a later Thanksgiving, and we're going to have some delicious food. I got to make a turkey, and, other people. It's kind of like a big potluck. It's going to be so good. So happiest of Saturdays, you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.